Okay. We're gonna consider this like a live stream, is like a little live stream test. So I'm still working on the audio. The keyboard's very loud, so I feel like people might be able to hear it, but you know, that's just how it be. You can pin a chat. Hello, Brianna. We are, what are we doing? Okay. Also, my dishwasher is on in the background, so I might have to adjust things a little bit here and there. I mean, we needed to clean our dishes, so there's no way about it, but hopefully people can hear me over the sound of the dishwasher. And I will double check on, I guess my phone? Double check on my phone. Oh, there's definitely a lot of background fuzz. Wait, let me just turn the mic down because we're getting a lot of background fuzz from what I can hear on my phone. I lost an AirPod. But I'm taking my AirPods out so I can like monitor my sound. Okay. Okay, sitting back down, I have my phone to the side, testing the live stream. Like I said, I'm planning on live streaming Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central. I think I said CST in the original, but then it's actually CET, I think, because it's about to change. Okay, now I feel like it's too quiet. Okay. We've turned it up. I think that the dishwasher will stop soon. I mean, it's a nice test of how well my mic picks up background noise, at least. Okay, so my idea for this live stream, well, I guess this is gonna be, I'm gonna keep this up on the channel despite this iffy start. So I wanted to use it as an opportunity to explain what I want to do with the live streams from now on. I mean, I want to live stream a variety of things, but I'm hoping that for future live streams, I'll also be able to do sculpting and sewing and just like show like little bits of the process for making various dolls. And just like drawing, painting, just anything. It's been a while since I live streamed. I used to only live stream digital art, but now I have like a camera. I actually have my webcam here and my camera up there. So I have 2 cameras. And I just spend a lot of time doing like doll character designs, especially like weird ones. So I figured I would do my first live stream as just starting out. This is a doll that I really want to make eventually. She's just a doll who's a big fan of My Little Pony, and she has little ponies around her skirt. And I thought it would be fun to make like little tiny clay ponies and pin them around a skirt. I like putting weird heads on them, so there's that. I really want weird heads on all of my doll designs. That's why I said designing odd dolls. Right, here's these ones too. This one is like a super like manageable design. I was looking at the different fabrics that I have available because I'm trying not to buy like new art supplies right now. And I made this one based off some fabrics I already have. And yarn I already have for the hair. I already have clay. Everything like that. But obviously the manageable designs aren't the only kinds that I'd like to make. Oh, sorry, that was a bit of an echo probably. Like I said, I'm just monitoring with my stuff. Did not realize that one of my AirPods is completely out, so there's that. So I did want to take out the fabrics that I already had and just show them to the live stream so I can get some like inspo based on that. So this is my little box of fabrics and stuff. Sorry, that's completely blocking that. I don't have a huge collection of fabrics. I know people like hoard, collect fabrics and stuff like that, but I'm just at the beginning of that. My mother has a lot of fabrics. I should probably like commandeer from her. I got these. They're like little laces because I managed to get all these laces at once for really cheap. So there's a white lace, a brown lace, green lace, gray lace, or these are bias, sorry, these are bias tapes, not lace. And then I have some laces in different colors. And I find the bias tape really useful for doll-sized stuff. And then various fabrics. So this is what I use for Baby Dinosaur. And I just bought these in like little packs from Michael's because I was trying to find something to do. This I used for the Mushroom Girl. So some of these I've used already. But obviously I still have a lot left because I'm making tiny little dolls and a yard goes a pretty long way. These shiny ones I got for the parent dinosaur, who I still haven't finished. And then these gray ones I got for my original doll. Although I think I actually got them for something else and I just used them for the doll. This yellow one I have somewhere, but like I can't find it because when I drew this, I was like, oh, I should find the fabric so I can like look at it and see how it actually looks so I can draw it. And for some reason I couldn't find it anywhere. So I have a yellow fabric somewhere. I know I showed it in my pumpkin girl video. Because I almost made her skirt out of it, but I instead chose this fabric. Okay, so basically I just wanted to use these as kind of like a basis for some ideas maybe, if possible, so I can use up art supplies I already have. In case you're wondering what these are, they're just gauze rolls. I got them for Halloween like 5 years ago. And I still have a bunch of them. So now I actually have to get to drawing something. Here are some of the original things for my dinosaur, in case you're wondering. Little designs for them. Around my desk I have all my Copic markers. I've got my Tombow markers within reach. I've got my colored pencils, and oh my god, I have so many things on this desk. I put my dolls here just so they could like say hello to this camera right here. But they've kind of crowded a lot of the things on my desk now. So I have a whole bunch over to the side. In case you're wondering, I have other alcohol markers over here. Other types. These are like, I think these are Prisma. Yeah, Prismacolor brands. And just other brands of marker. So, oh my god, finally the dishwasher turned off. Maybe I will like edit this afterwards to like turn it down. This is my mechanical pencil with a 0.07 lead. 0.7 millimeter lead. But the notable thing about this lead is it's colorful lead. It's a pink lead, which I love the pink lead. Because I like colored pencils, and that's why I have some colored pencils here, but I sort of hate sharpening them. I find it really annoying. So I like using this mechanical pencil lead, which I have the bag for. I have like more lead somewhere around here. I think they're nearby. Hopefully they're nearby. Okay, we need to actually start somewhere. Drafts were something I was working on. There was the Star Girls. I think the Star Girls, I really need to elaborate on the Star Girls because, so this here is based off a design that you might have seen if you watch one of my other videos had similar designs. Because for a while I was drawing these girls with star heads. You can kind of see the vibe, like this doll has like a sunflower vibe around her head. This is also like a jellyfish doll. I have like, that's like months old and it's over there. This, I don't think I ever showed in the video, but the Pumpkin Girl video, this doll was originally going to be this doll, and then I turned her into Pumpkin Girl. Okay. Getting distracted. So there were a lot of Stargirl ideas that I had, including like having like a whole bunch with a whole bunch of different types of points, and like, you know, they would like each different amount of points would have a different sort of vibe. So one of them had like 4 points, one of them has 5. Of course, she's kind of like, I think of her as like the OG Starhead girl. And then there's one with like a whole bunch. There's one that looks like the sun, there's one that looks like the moon. Just like different planets, so the reason I mentioned like designing dolls specifically is I like to think about like how I can, you know, what materials I would make them out of course. But also whether I'd make them out of wire or ball jointed dolls. The Star Girls I always imagined as ball jointed dolls, so like I had like a much more complicated design ideas, I feel like it would be super cool if they were like translucent. Like if I could use translucent resin, which like I've never used resin before, but in my mind, the Stargirls are all made of translucent resin in like different colors. So that's just like the dream, you know. And I just like thinking about how everything would be sort of shaped. Of course, those are just kind of like classic. In this case, it's like pretty classic, like ball jointed doll kind of shapes. It's not anything necessarily that unique. But I don't know, thinking about the structure of the dolls is always fun, and like drawing maybe a little bit of their like innards. With dolls like my alligator doll idea, I just like thinking about how you can make her like jaw movable, like my dinosaur doll that I tried to make the jaw movable on. And then I try and think about like what would be sculpted, what would be painted. I'm not like that much of a sculptor, but well, I'm not that much of a painter too, but you know. As for the fabrics I have, none of these ones are necessarily the best for Stargirls, but I bet maybe if I went for like more of a like a swoosh, like this would be good. This one I used for Pumpkin Girl's skirt, so I can use that as maybe a little bit of like inspiration for what she's wearing. This particular Stargirl, who is 4-pointed Stargirl. She's not as OG as 5-pointed Star, who's like the classic, but I think she was like the second one. And then the one with the least amount of points is actually a 3-pointed Star, but I always thought that one looked kind of weird. It's like fidget spinner vibes. So, got this cloth has a lot of like circles on it. Just trying to think about what kind of clothes she would have on her. You know, brainstorming. That's all I really want to do is do some brainstorming. Like, eventually I want to do sculpting on this live stream, because I think that's one of the more fun things that's kind of less easy to show on camera. Especially like how long it takes to sculpt, like when you're cutting around in sculpts and when you're like carving things. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do everything on camera because between like carving and the actual sculpting, it just takes so long for things to dry. But I think that I could, you know, get like a doll started on stream and then maybe like the next week finish her after I've like done some work off camera. And then that way it could be like maybe like a 2-part live stream, or I could finish dolls between live streams. I think if I had denim on a tiny scale, she could maybe just have like normal like jeans and then maybe a shirt made out of this like nice circle fabric that wouldn't even really look like circles once it's on her. Just because of how small she would be. I mean, you know, reasonably speaking. And I, of course, wanted them all to be different colors, so... Well, I was gonna go with orange, but I feel like orange is a little bit too human-like, maybe. So maybe sort of like a greenish. And I think there are blue stars. I do have a piece of paper underneath this to sort of shield the page. Shield the next page, that is, because Copic does bleed through in this notebook. But otherwise this notebook's pretty good for like most mixed media kind of stuff. I will try and switch to one of my other notebooks at some point because this notebook is real small, although I am close to finishing it, and by dear God do I want to finish this notebook. I've had it for so long. I think the other notebook I've had basically just as long because I tend to like not continue using a notebook until it's completely done. I just kind of start new notebooks all the time depending on like what size they are, because like this one's small enough to carry around, but my other notebook was I think the Illo notebook I got to like test, which I did make a video about testing out that notebook. And it's still like real nice, but it's kind of annoying that you can't like fold over the pages like you can in the like ring bound notebooks, which I much prefer, being able to like bend over the pages to close them. Oh, I just have kind of a lot of markers scattered around because I was drawing earlier to get those other illustrations done, and so I like tend to just put down the colors and then leave them where they are. I think the green is super weird and a little alien-y. It's a little bit much, I'm not gonna lie. It might be a little bit too alien-y. Also, I just kind of really thickened her upper eyelid area. Didn't mean to press down that hard. Yeah, I think when I started getting really into the idea of having a ball jointed doll, of like making one, I designed all these like star characters, so like a whole line of star themed dolls. But I didn't do much detail on them. They were just like all sketches and in my head, which is usually where ideas stay and eventually die. I don't want to spend too much time on each of these like individual drawings, so I'll try to move kind of fast because I want to like brainstorm. If anyone comes by, they can give their 2 cents, you know, anybody has any ideas. I didn't post my live stream on Tumblr. I probably should. Well, this looks kind of ugly NGL. That's fine. It's kind of a warm-up. I mean, I did draw earlier today, but I left for a little. We had to do some errands, so we were out of the house for a little while. So this is my, like, afternoon warm-up. You know what? I didn't color down here because I forgot it was part of her shirt, but actually it needs to be covered even though it is where the like joints are. I guess blue hair makes the most sense. She's green, blue hair. Sure. I don't have enough dark blues, so I'm gonna have to go with one of my like other brands of markers. Let's just do an ultramarine. Unfortunately, they aren't brush tipped, which is sad. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm so stupid. I didn't give her ears. No wonder she looks weird. It's always the ears. That's why I try and be careful with the other doll. I gave her ears. And her ears are supposed to be like a little bit separate from her stars. Camera, did you do something? Okay. Camera's low on battery. It's okay. I have a bunch of batteries hanging around that are... I have like 3 charged batteries for my camera. So, excuse this. I did actually mean, and I'll have to remember to do this because I completely forgot to do it this time, to set up my webcam as like a separate main camera so that when this camera goes out, you don't have to look at EOS webcam utility, but that's fine. That's what this test live stream is for. It's for me when I forget to fix stuff. I'm just trying to like iron everything out. So when I do a live stream on Thursday, okay. I'll just... I don't know if ultramarine was the right color to match this holiday blue, but I don't know, we'll like blend it out with something else. Definitely one of the... she is quite odd, so there's that. You know, I said we were gonna draw weird dolls, and this one's sort of weird looking. She does look like an alien. I guess if I were to make a bunch of star dolls, it would make sense for them to be more alien than not. But that wasn't necessarily the original vibe. I had this sparkly pen, so at least I can add sparkles, you know? And, you know, just blue eyes, I guess, to match, or maybe just green eyes. Green eyes to match the rest of the green. There's a lot of green in this drawing. And then yeah, I don't know if live streaming on YouTube is necessarily how it's gonna work out, because like I've only started watching some YouTube live streams recently. It doesn't seem like many people do them, but also Twitch isn't like super artist friendly necessarily. Back in the day I used to actually live stream on livestream.com, and then for a while all the artists were using Picardo because YouTube didn't have a live streaming feature. And nowadays, I mean, like, other than Doodle Date, I'm not sure like what artists are around who do live streams. I guess I just like am not super in the loop. I feel like ideally I would have some like royalty-free music, but I just don't even know where I'd get it without like ending up with something that would probably be blocked, which is always what happened to me before when I was making YouTube videos. I would get like royalty-free music supposedly off of various random websites, and then it would be like, nope, you've been copyright struck because something, this is somebody else's music. And I'm like, yes, but I got it off a website that said that I would be able to use it. I don't even make any money off my YouTube channel. I was like, I have like 2 viewers, 2 followers. Why are you copyright striking me? That doesn't happen anymore because I make all of my music in GarageBand on my phone. Just because I'm worried about people randomly copyright striking me. Just gonna outline around the shirt and the head and stuff. But we're not gonna worry about like the rest of it or making it like super neat or anything. I did also want to do just a touch underneath the shirt. I like doing some extra shading sometimes in pencil or doing the line art in a little bit of pencil. Just to, I don't know, make it different. Okay, I definitely don't think she's as pretty as the other one. Although I do need to add some shines. They always look so much better when they have shines. Like, even if she's, like, not super nice compared to her sister. See, this is the original one that I made earlier. I mean, this isn't the original. The original is, like, super old. But this is the one that I made earlier today. This one doesn't have a... Let me put these markers away. And I do want to do more, like, weirder, like, animal stuff, as well as my like star-headed girls. I do have, you know, clown over here, my clown snow leopard, and my pumpkin head girl, and they're hanging out with me, reminding me to always draw weird things. But now I actually have to choose what. You know what? I was like volunteering at a reptile center yesterday, so I should do some like reptile. How about like some reptile girls? Some snakes? It would be kind of fun to do a snake someday. Maybe not a ball-jointed snake, like a stuffed snake with like lots of little scales. I did see a really good video of someone doing I think they did, it's the video of, what's it called? The dragon from Spirited Away, and then the creator like 3D printed a bunch of scales. I mean, I wouldn't 3D print them because like I don't have a 3D printer, but I bet doing a snake girl with like a bunch of scales on her would be super fun. Maybe I can make them out of like, maybe if I had like faux leather, like squares of faux leather that are a bit stiffer and I overlapped them, that would look nice. I don't like faux leather that much because it's, you know, just plastic basically, but so this I'm thinking, and I like to do like structural drawings of like when I do dolls, because I like to think about their structure. I like to do like a little drawing of what I would do. And so for this, I would probably do like a sculpted top / head, and then she would have wire hands. I guess probably just a wire hip for like balance, and then like a long wire for her tail. It would probably be best to, well, if you're doing scales, I'm not sure what you would do. Oh, you know, it'd be lovely if she was like such a dark color. I was holding an Indian, or not an Indian, an indigo like black snake yesterday. It was so pretty. And its scales were like sort of sharp. Just like more, when you like felt them running the other way, they were, snakes are almost always really smooth, but the indigo snake's like a really large snake. Yeah, I feel like wire for her arms would also like be one of the few times where like having some like character with like no real like good anatomy would be acceptable, because she could like, you know, her arms could be like very fluid without it seeming weird. Ooh, I do really like the idea of doing a snake doll now. What if I did like, I'm like thinking like cardboard, like plastic. I mean, if I could find just like a lot of trash, because there's so much plastic packaging that exists. And what if I made her scales out of like plastic packaging? Only problem is plastic doesn't, I think, hold paint as well. Many thoughts to be had, many thoughts. Because I guess the real thing about scales is that you don't want, if she's made out of one big piece of fabric down here, I'd also have to think about how to like smoothly blend her like hips in with the fabric. Oh my god, she could have like big eyes. Maybe it's very like a, I mean, she's really just a Naga, which I think is Indian. I'm always tempted to make my characters bald, even though there's like no real bald dolls in real life. Everybody loves adding hair to them, but I'm always tempted to make them bald. I'm always like, what if they were bald? What if they had very long braids? Is, I guess, what I should be asking. The problem is I don't have any way to make particularly long braids. I would have to use, assuming I use materials I already have, her hair would have to be dark gray, white. I have like some rainbow yarn, let me go find my yarn. I have some other yarn other than this, but this is some of the yarn that I have that I got from a friend who like just like gave all this yarn that they didn't want. So like making a character out of this kind of stuff would probably be better because I have a lot of it and I feel like it would make good hair. It's like this kind of unusual cotton yarn, which I can see, I guess they didn't, I think they're like a crocheter and they like didn't like it for crocheting or something like that. I think it's for crocheting. But it seems like it would be good if you like unwound it. It would make good hair. Because it's also not as like, maybe doesn't have as much, what's it called? I was thinking it might break apart a little bit less than yarn because of how it's made of like cotton. See if we unwound it. So her hair could be blue, pink, or yellow because I have this yarn in blue, pink, or yellow. If we were making her for realsies. So that's what I kind of like to do, is thinking about materials that I already have. Blue or red? Blue or red? I have marker that looks very close to this blue, so I'm gonna go with the blue. Yeah, and I think it'll look good with like a dark gray blue kind of vibes type of tail. These I love these colors. Light hydrangea and hydrangea blue are some of my favorite Copic marker colors, and I just always forget which one is which because the caps are like the exact same color practically. Like these are so close in color. And then if you look, so this one's hydrangea blue. This one is like this. This one is light hydrangea. This one looks like this. It's actually lighter. But the caps, the darker hydrangea blue actually has a lighter cap. And it like even shows up a lot better on camera that like the cap is a little bit lighter, but they're just so, I don't know why they would do this. It's just making me suffer. Okay. They're so close, and literally the one that's darker doesn't even have a darker cap. It's freaking ridiculous. Okay. We're gonna draw... She's a snake. Yes. I guess if I were to do like a snaky type of character without actually making her snaky, I could do like one of these plaids. Oh, that might be one of like... What if she was flowery? What if she had a flowery tail? No, that's a bit much. I don't like that. Yeah, I think I would definitely have to get a new fabric if I were to do a doll like this. But still an idea. At least she would be mostly wire. I would mostly just think it's important to make her tail like move and not like wrinkle too much. I think I would also make sure to cut out the fabric in like a swirl or something, because one of the things is if you cut it out in like a straight line, then it'll have a lot more creases than if you like do it all curved. Which is why Snow Leopard, you can see I did that with Snow Leopard's tail. It's actually was cut in like this S shape. And so it, even when you curl it up, you can see some of the wrinkles there, but it's not nearly as bad as if it were in a just flat, smooth shape, if it were in just like a line shape and then I had bent it afterwards. Do 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 do. I didn't give her any eyebrows. Well, she's fairly simple anyways. She's a very simple snake. I'll probably do her in like pinks or grays. Grayish pinks. Pale Heath. That's one of the darker colors. What is this? Pale cherry pink. And then, so it would be this nice blue hair, but then she'd have like a blue, black tail, pink skin. I think I just have to go for it. I didn't use a very similar color combination on one of the other, on the other Stargirl today, but that's fine. I just have a vibe for color combinations that I like the most, I guess. So I start with whatever color is the darkest. And I do like not prefer, but I think it's fun to do designing by like drawing the sketch and then just going in with color, and then sometimes I add a little bit of line art afterwards, because like I'm just trying to lay down color and like shapes really. This particular type of pencil, the like colorful mechanical lead, it will just kind of dissolve underneath the alcohol, which I think is good. I like it. I like that it just kind of dissolves. I like the idea of her having like a quite straight nose, maybe. Let me go back to my thinking about colors. Already thinking about patterns, because even if I were to get a different type of fabric for her tail, I would need to figure out what fabric her like top is going to be out of. And like, honestly, should I go for blues and golds? It just doesn't really match this at all. They don't vibe with each other. This one, I guess, is okay vibe, because like this color flower perfectly matches this color. I guess we'll just try that. She has on, what should I do, like a skirt with this dark blue kind of flower vibe. It would have to be like a shirt with rather long sleeves, because her hands have to be covered. So maybe, maybe, I'm thinking. I always have trouble coming with clothing ideas that are not covered by a bunch of fabric, which is one of the problems with using, like, making wire dolls, is you have to make, like, all of their clothes on them, usually. Most of the time. But let's just try it out. We can do... maybe just like a lot of sleeve vibes going on. That looks really messy next to her otherwise nice face, but it's cool. You know, maybe it would be improved if she had a little bit more, like, detail. I could always put, like, you know, extra embellishments, beads, things like that on her. forgot about this little tuft. Okay. And then silver pen went. I feel like silver would go a little bit better with her vibe, but I'm not sure where the silver version of this is, so I'm just gonna go with gold. It'd be cool to make a doll with like tiny gold chains. As decoration. Like I know you can get like fine necklace chains. Well, that would be another thing to get for her, so kind of against the whole using stuff that you already have, but I think she's already semi-broken outside of that by just virtue of whatever her tail would be. Those eyebrows, you know, when they say like they're sisters, not twins or something, it's like they're not related. They are unrelated. Good friends. And here is a black, one of the many blacks I have. Hopefully it's not complete. Okay, well, it's completely out of ink. I have a lot of blacks. I have a lot of markers that are out of ink most or part of the way. Okay, not this one. Out of all of my markers, besides that other black one, the only ones that have dried out are like, it's like one of my other brands of alcohol markers that are extremely old, and then two of my Copic markers. This gray one luckily still works, but the other two grays I have already ran out, which is really annoying. I don't think that I use them for that much, but it's too bad they're done. I do draw all of these doll designs as if they have 3D eyelashes, even though I've never done that, and I'm not sure I ever would. It's not really my vibe. Okay, so there's a snake girl. Still don't know what's going on with her shirt thing, but we don't have to worry too much about it. Okay. I need to do some smaller designs. And you know, I think I'm gonna get out for the smaller designs actually a larger notebook so that I can put like some smaller sketches on the same page. Yes, I did open that upside down. So here's some of the stuff that I did for one of my videos. Oh, here's more designs that I think of as doll designs. Okay, see, this is the annoying thing about this notebook is I already have stuff on this page and I want to use the other page. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a whole other notebook entirely in order to fit it on my desk. Okay, this notebook is huge, but there's exactly 1 page left in my giant notebook that I've had for years and years. How long have I had this? 2018, it says, is when I got this. So we're gonna fill it up with dolls as the very last thing in the whole thing. The thing and the thing. I am getting my... God, I swore I had it earlier. Okay, I found my pencil chart. This is why I hate colored pencils, is because they require an extra step of being sharp in order for me to use them effectively. I mean, I could have used it before, but I don't like when they're not sharp, and it just wastes a lot of pencil because I'm constantly sharpening them. So I've done a lot of drafts recently. I feel like we should expand to other animals that would be weird to see as a doll. See, pony seems too simple because, see, I was thinking zebra and then I thought pony, but pony seems too simple because it's very like, standard. But that's fine. We're gonna do a zebra. Let's do a zebra. Everybody likes zebras. Everybody likes stripes. We would do a zebra and a tiger as like buddies. What if they were friends and they were holding hands? Oh my god, that actually sounds really cute. Okay, I need to have a Um, okay. This is gonna be like a dramatic little zebra, and then her best friend's gonna be a tiger because they both have stripes. So cute. I feel like they should have like very different vibes. The zebra and the tiger, obviously. Oh my god, this is so cute. And I love her. These aren't, colored pencils aren't really erasable, but I am sketching with them, so we just have to live with that. I think definitely the zebra should be like flowery and sort of, we're thinking like femme, girly, and then I can make the tiger like, maybe like she's like a butch tiger. Okay, hopefully she doesn't end up looking too much like Garfield. Sorry, I haven't talked for a minute. I'm just thinking about this tiger. guess the problem is that mostly the stripes will be on their face because not that much of the rest of them is showing. I feel like it just kind of looks like a horse and maybe like a bear. But I'm gonna try and bring her back into the vein of a zebra, but like a really pink zebra. I'm not looking at any references of zebras, so I expect absolutely zero critique on how I'm doing the stripes. I mean, I have to add stripes to her face because most of her body isn't showing. We'll make her nose pinker. Ugh, she would be such a cute doll because she's gonna have like hair that's like all pinky. This is also something where like I definitely have to get like different pink yarn from the yarn that I already have in order to make her, but you know. So I'm thinking this would be like a wire body. These would both be like wire body dolls. The tiger would be a little bit harder because there's this little gap, but I think this would just be like some underbody here, and then she would have socks sewn on and shorts sewn on. The wire body dolls aren't really made to be like changeable per se. Oh, I already forgot her hair should be striped because she's a zebra. She is the pinkest zebra ever. Let's go with blue eyes. You know, blue to complement the pink, I guess. Just some contrast. Honestly, this jumpsuit is based off, I think, something that Sophia Nygaard wore, a jumpsuit that she wore in one of her videos. So I'm thinking of it exactly like that. Please shout out to anybody who's seen that episode of whichever Sophia Nygaard video that was where she wears a jumpsuit, and I'm just thinking of that jumpsuit on this doll because I think it would be really cute. I love the concept of jumpsuits, but I don't like the practicality of jumpsuits because I like to be able to use the bathroom more. And they allow you to. I will say that it's probably not that good for pencils to like go over stuff this much. I would go with the same fabric that I used in my mushroom doll, probably alongside this. What colors? It was like oranges, orange and yellow. No way, I just used yellow. Pink, more pink. Oh, I love it. I also have a shirt that's kind of close in the... I have this shirt that it's not green, but it is like a teal. I bet it would actually look really cute with a doll like this. Oh no. Now my brain is working on if I could actually make this doll. Because I think this is the one that I like the most out of the ones that I've done on stream so far. Of course, I'd be using the same fabric as I used on that other doll, so it would be kind of redundant, but that doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. I had these brush pens. I did lose, I think, like 2 of them already, and I've only had them for like less than 6 months. You'll notice the markers behaving kind of weirdly because I used these pencils, and they're not really made for like going underneath marker, but that's fine. I probably should have just used my mechanical pencil because it's literally the exact same color of pink, but I just felt like taking out the actual colored pencils for some reason. Oh, I just drew on her eyelashes, but now I'm like, what if her eyelashes were like alternating colors? Like, what if they were like... That would be so cute, especially if they like stuck out. So many ideas. This pink is actually so fluorescent. It will dull down after a few minutes. It's really weird. It's like such a fluorescent pink when you first apply it. So much so it doesn't really show up on camera as bright. But after a while, it sort of like changes color, which is just one of the weirdest things about it. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Again, no references for this tiger, so we're just going off vibes. And yes, it doesn't really make sense with that little puff of hair, but I'm not thinking too hard about it. Actually, I'm gonna cover up that puff of hair. Yeah, I would need maybe like an orange fabric for underneath her shorts here. I think it would be fun if the tiger was like also wearing a shirt that like also had stripes on it to sort of emphasize it. How about blue for like maximum contrast? The tiger looks so startled, which was not the intention, but technically all the dolls should be their eyes should be facing forward, not sideways usually. So that was what I was going for, but now she just looks like so shocked. And then the zebra's like face is more tilted to the side, so you can't tell how she's like not really looking at the tiger. Where did I put my black color that works? I should probably remove the black that doesn't work, because you know it doesn't work. I really want to make some hot chocolate. I think after I finish doing this live stream, I'm gonna make some hot chocolate. Oh, the stripes for the jacket. What color? I guess just another blue would be safest. Aww, they're so cute. Gal pals. I think these guys would make very cute dolls. I think, as I said, I'm looking for some hot chocolate. So I drew these little guys on this live stream. I drew a couple sketches in this little book that are sweet. This is just how I like to like brainstorm little ideas, doll concepts. Normally I would do a lot more of these little thumbnails like I did the other day, which is just what the underpinning of these would be. You know, how the wire would be structured, just based on my last dolls. I like to think about how much posability. I would love to make more ball jointed dolls, but you know, giraffe is not a good idea for the ball jointed dolls. Maybe someday doing an animal ball jointed doll would be fun. Something like a zebra would be nice because then I would have a chance to experiment with hair. And I think people like hair, although I think people also like human faces more than I do. I like doing like very cartoony animals. So at some point I would like to do one of these star girls, and maybe even like the Naga girl. I guess like centaur type dolls also. So I'll be live streaming next on Thursday, November, let's see which day in November. November 10th. And yeah, so my live stream will start at 2 p.m. Central. And I think I'm going to try and start sculpting a doll in that live stream. It probably won't be this draft doll because I think I'll have started her by then. But if I haven't, then I'm going to try sculpting a draft doll, and then maybe one of the other wire doll concepts that I've either come up with today, like the Naga. Not the Star Girls, because I really want them to be ball jointed dolls, and that's kind of a lot to start on stream. But I could also do some like cute animals. You know, the tiger really would fit with like my little clown. I've been wanting to make more like this one. This Snow Leopard, because, like, you know, she was my first doll and she's, like, kind of messy, but I would like to make more because I like the paint job on her, and, like, the sculpture was very simple. So have a nice night. Hope you enjoyed. Like the live stream. If you want to, I'll probably just leave it up for a little while, at least until I have a few more other live streams in my portfolio under my belt. Okay. Oh, also I wanted to mention I live stream on Twitch. I don't have a schedule for now for Twitch, but I live stream games like Planet Zoo, and I'll probably do The Sims at some point, Spore, maybe like Oxygen Not Included or Don't Starve. Just a whole bunch of video games that I like. I've been really into Planet Zoo lately, so follow me on Twitch if you want to see a games live stream. Okay, bye.